with my beautiful mother, Erica, and at 85 years young, she has so much wisdom, but she's also been through the campfire, and she escaped. Do you want to tell us a little bit about your experience with that, Erica?
Our escape was smooth, fortunately. I went and picked up my neighbor, who was about 4 minutes away, and we got out very quickly. But when we got to the top of the hill, which was the cross between Bennett Road, which is the road I lived on, and she lived on a road that was off of Bennett Road too. Anyway, when we got up to the, like a crossroads, we could see that houses were burning on the sides of the roads. And she said, "Oh my God, how can this be happening?" She was so freaked out, but I wasn't freaked out. I just kept driving, kept following the cars ahead of us. And it's because I had been a professional driver before. All that helped. And so then...
And just to be clear, you were 81 years old when this happened. That was 4 years ago. So you were doing all this when you were 81. Wow.
I wasn't thinking about my age at the
No,
time.
I know, but still, you were just getting out of there.
Yeah, I realized how serious it was. And Lisa called me and she said, "What, you're still home?" Because I answered my home phone. And it was around 10 o'clock in the morning. But I had no idea how really serious it was until we started moving along and could see houses burning on the sides of the road. And then there were people directing traffic, so we just listened to them. And one lady said, I went to thank her. I lowered the window of the car and thanked her for being there and helping. And she said, "Oh, please turn on your headlights." So we did. I did that. And then just followed. And there were other people directing traffic as we went along. Then we came to the main road, the Skyway, that goes between Paradise and Chico. And it was all one lane at that point. And then I saw people on the right side of the road getting out of their cars and walking towards Chico. But we were on the left side of the road and we just kept going. And it was black. The sky was just like midnight from the smoke. It was so thick. And so we just kept going towards Chico. Finally, we saw the beautiful blue skies.
I think it was about 5 hours before I heard from you, though. That was very scary. It took a long time to get down the mountain.
No, it didn't.
No?
Once we were, because we were lucky.
Oh.
Once we were on the Skyway going towards Chico, it was like 20 minutes, maybe, not even that long. We were fortunate.
Well, you didn't call me right away.
No, because once we got to Chico,
Yeah.
I took her to David Finn's house, he's a homeopathic physician and a good friend of ours.
Yeah.
And she didn't want to stay there.
Hmm.
So then I took her to a center where they had a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it was a church. It was like a sanctuary for people to go to. And that's where she wanted to be.
And what happened to your house?
I didn't know right away. I didn't know for another day or two, actually, if my house had actually burnt. But then I found out one of Jennifer's friends, and mine too, she's a Buddhist lay minister, and her son has an important position in the fire department. But so he went and he visited Paradise, and he sent pictures back. Yes, There was one thing left in front of my house that was burned up, and it was a cement statue of St. Francis.
That wasn't burnt up, yes.
It was not.
And everything else was destroyed.
Everything was destroyed.
And how have you changed since the campfire in your beliefs or ideas?
They haven't changed. I'll tell you what was good about going back, though, to our place. I felt at home because I had lived there for about 18 years. And I had a lot of wonderful memories. I had a beautiful garden and lots of fruit trees that Danny had planted. Mm-hmm. Danny's my son, one of my sons. And I was comforted. It's a strange thing, but I felt comforted being on the land that I had lived on for so long. And that may seem strange, but...
No, not
and
at all.
At that time, then, there weren't any wildflowers yet, but eventually there were a lot of wildflowers. And none of the fruit trees survived. None of them. And I had a lot of them. But wait a minute, there was one. It was a fig tree that Jennifer had planted. And it was still living, and it lived for a few years.
So I've known you all this time, and ever since I was a little girl.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just wondering, you've always had a positive attitude too, and throughout the fire you have as well. So
Mm-hmm.
what's helped you keep your positive perspective?
My spiritual faith, my belief that my spiritual teacher is always there, always with me, and giving his protection. And that, yeah, I felt protected for many, many, many years. I would say my whole life I felt like I was being protected, and all my loved ones too.
That's got you through these really hard times. And
Yeah.
so do you miss your belongings that you lost?
My photographs. And some very special books and videos.
Mm-hmm.
And my father's scrapbook that had a lot of his pictures that were taken back in the 1940s, because he was the founder of the San Jose Grand Opera Association. And he had a lot of articles in the newspaper, the San Jose Mercury News, and also in the Santa Cruz Sentinel, because he was sort of famous in the music field, especially in the classical music field. And he was the musical director of the Arion Society, which is a German-American club in Santa Cruz, and also the Germania Germania club that was in San Jose. He was the musical director there too, for the German-American people.
Well, I know you lost a lot of memories, but you seem to hold your positive attitude and your idea of persevering. And that's one thing I love about you.
Thank you very much, Lisa.
Okay, take care. Thank you so much, Erica, for this interview.
It's beautiful here, by the way.
Yes, you are in a beautiful new place with your daughter, my sister Jennifer. Okay.
And you have a beautiful, positive attitude too, Lisa.
I got it from you.
No, you came into the world with it.
Thank you.